All right, black to Blade Runner. Back in black, like Brian Johnson from the AC/DC. Here we go. Oh wait, I have to turn YouTube off. I wouldn't want YouTube to be on. I wouldn't want my contract to possibly die. That would be bad. Anyway, return of Agent -47. So I found out something about this game. I found out that the music is not actually from the movie, and it was recreated. It's so fucking close. But it was recreated by, I want to get the dude's name because he did a really good job. Frank Glepacki. Alright, and Vangelis did the, wrote the songs, and then Glepacki did the, transcribing for the game, because I guess they couldn't get the rights to the, they couldn't get the rights to the Vangelis stuff. So, last time on the game, if you missed the first stream, you might want to watch it, because there's a lot of story that happened. And, I did a little research, and apparently you can miss a lot of stuff. Like, random things happen, you can fuck up a thing and then not see other things. It's a very, like... Every time you play the game, you could have a different experience. There's a fuckload of endings, which I don't know the endings specifically, but I know that there's a lot of them. So it's kind of a, like... It's kind of a detailed game. I wouldn't want to get fired from the Blade Runner unit. There's also a little documentary about this, like the making of this, on... Oh, that's weird. There's like a little making of on this game on YouTube, and for a little while it was like one of the most advanced games ever. You know, like, as it was being made, they had planned this to be one of the more technically innovative games of its time, and it really shows. Like, I wonder how far that way I can go. Not very far that way. That's a shame. So last time, there was an explosion.
The earring was shaped like an insect. I didn't know much about jewelry, but it looked like junk to me. Like the cheap crap sold at the stands and shops of Animoid Row.
Okay. So I don't really know what to do here. It's been like almost a week since I played the game, so I'm kind of out of the loop. But if anyone can guide me in the right direction, let me know. We talked to JF Sebastian. Also, there's a scene that you can miss that involves Pris. Not Pris, I'm sorry. Rachel and what's his name? Tyrell, and it's missable. I don't want to miss that. Let's see. Oh, this isn't a PS1 game, also high GPM.
Hey.
Oh shit.
You killed
Gaff.
anyone yet?
Hey!
Go home and get some rest. I'm sure you need it.
Why is there like 2 people in the entirety of the
pal.
game world? Hey pal, I'm hiding behind a pillar. Pal. And speaking to you at face-to-face volume. And now I can't control my character until Pal walks over here. I really can't.
What's shaking, baby? Haven't I seen you around these parts before?
Could be. I get around.
You ever get
Round,
down to
round.
Nightclub Row, you ought to check out my act. I'm just warming up the room, but it's better than a kick in the pants, you dig?
What kind of stuff do you do?
What kind of... You kidding, baby? I do it all! I am the direct extension of Frankie, Sammy D, and Dino Martini.
Who?
Man, you really must be dozing in Squaresville if you're asking who the voice is. You know, old Blue Eyes. The chairman of the board? Sinatra, man.
The guy's been dead for 20 years.
Well, you're gonna remember the name Gordo Frizz just like old Blue Eyes. I ain't on the Marquis of Early's just yet, but it's coming, I promise you.
It's kind of funny that he's talking about Sinatra when, if you've watched Blade Runner 2049, Sinatra kind of plays a bit of a part. Not really, I mean, it's just Kay's favorite music, and Old Blue Eyes shows up a couple times. Maybe that was Officer K? Just a young Officer K? Like, really young? Like, you know, like his father? Like, so young that it's his father. See, I'm wondering... This probably isn't where I need to be right now. Gaff told me to get some sleep, so I'm just gonna get my leg cut off. While the car door closes on it. Good. So, you know, there's like mystery and there's murder, and I have to solve the murder. I am, you know, I am a Blade Runner, of course. One of the problems with this game,
McCoy, 88F.
that some people have had is that it's extremely similar to the original Blade Runner story. It's basically that, but with a new, like, cast. Which I think is kind of appropriate. You know, if you're gonna do it again.
Portrait
Why
of
not?
the sleep deprived.
Why not stick to the thing that works, I suppose. Okay, that's not the beginning of a new chapter. I love how McCoy just doesn't take off his coat. At all, ever. Is there a reason everyone hates replicants? I've never seen Blade Runner. Because their early models sucked. They were basically used for slave labor. And... there was a lot of, like, rebellions and bloodshed, and they're just not to be trusted, basically. That's kind of what happened, sadly, because they... Again, they're iterating upon the replicants, and, like, the first, second, third generation replicants were all screwy and like, broken. At least that's the way I understand it. So they just, you know, they needed to be hunted because they was bad. They was bad people. I don't think I need to go to Tyrell, right? I don't know if I need to go to the police station. But by the time you get to the movie, the replicants are extremely advanced and more or less indistinguishable from people. That's why they give them the empathy tests. So by the time you get to the Nexus 6, like Rachel, they're pretty much...
Mainframe and shooting range. Ground floor. Lockup.
They're pretty much the same thing. I guess we'll visit this dude. This is the dude that's voiced by Jeff from fucking Curb Your Enthusiasm. Let's see if he's here. He's not here again. He's taking the day off. He's golfing with Larry. Alright, never mind. Great. Well, I'm
Laboratory.
pretty much lost. This dude's gone too.
Roof.
Let me check the evidence. See, I went back to DNA Row because I thought there was another place that I had to go to. No, okay. Imagine I soft-locked my game by shooting that fucking homeless person. That would be cool. Alright, I'm gonna head back to the Dragonfly lady. Maybe she has some more evidence for me.
You hear anything yet about that dragonfly jewelry, like what I showed you before?
No, senor. My friend, he's asking for me. If you come back later, maybe I know something more.
Nope. Still knows
I
nothing.
need to ask you...
Certainly the LPD must have better things to do than to question a humble merchant over and over again about the same things. Why aren't you out arresting criminals like that disreputable Bob fellow?
Bob?
He owns the armament shop up the street. He's insane, Noble One, insane. He takes peculiar pleasure in agitating all the vendors around here. I cannot even go out for a Shisco without worrying whether Bob is going to sabotage my snakes.
Alright, Bob is, are you, Bob? Bob is here to sabotage, so I need to stop Bob. I think. In a previous, stream, I killed Bob, and then Bob's turret killed me. So I'm not entirely convinced that that is the solution.
Thanks for your time.
But I mean, maybe. I like how this corpse is still here from however many hours ago that took place. No one's cleaned up the body. Bob, why you terrorize?
I hear you've been waving guns around on Anemoid Row.
Who's been telling you that crap? That lying Egyptian snake oil salesman?
Hassan?
That's the one. I should have popped him when I had the chance. You want to know what really happened? I wanted to get my daughter a present for her birthday, right? I bought an iguana from that crook Hassan. And the damn thing ran out of juice just 2 days after I plucked down a shitload of Chinyan. Son of a bitch wouldn't give me a refund. So I threatened to burn down his shop.
Sometimes you just gotta be philosophical about these things.
That's exactly what my wife says.
Definitely a replicant.
Hey, put that away!
I'm gonna put something away, but it ain't gonna be my gun.
It's gonna be my
shouldn't play with guns.
How'd you feel about taking a little test?
You mean the Voight Kampf? You come into my shop and you want to VK me?
Relax, I just...
It's funny. You thinking I'm a rep. Set up the test. We'll see what's what around here.
Sure. So, there's no subtitles in this game, for anyone just joining, and, you know, it sucks that there's no subtitles, but it would be kind of remiss to say, like, it hurts the game. It doesn't. Now, someone said in chat, last time I streamed this, well, it was 1998, Vinny, and then I ran with that. 1998, 1997, rather, this game came out. I wouldn't say that subtitles were uncommon. Subtitles were very common in 1997 and way earlier. But I would say that the range of options that you get for video games were a little bit more limited. And it wasn't until, you know, like, a little bit later on that you started getting that with almost every game. But yeah, it would have been nice to have some subs.
Reaction time is a factor in this, so please pay attention. Where do you live?
Downtown, 4th sector. Hey, this is great. Should I be sitting any special way?
Just relax.
Okay, so we gotta find out if he's a replicant. Adjust calibration. Yeah, you know, I still don't really know how to do this. Let's ask a medium intensity question. Oh, you know what? Let's start
A
with
man
light.
dressed in rags approaches you on the street and asks for money.
I tell him to get a job. Ain't he heard there's a labor shortage around here?
Definitely not a
Your
replicant.
child comes home with a black eye.
Badge of honor. He's a good kid. Everyone's got to get bloodied sometimes.
Okay.
You're at a restaurant with friends. One of them orders lobster. The chef drops the lobster into the tub of boiling water while you watch.
I kicked the crap out of the sicko.
What's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you?
I don't know. I busted up a guy's face once. He was in the hospital for 2 weeks. I meant to kill him, so that was kind of embarrassing.
I don't know. I think he's not a replicant. I think he's a human. It sounds about
You're
right.
watching an old movie. It shows a banquet in progress. The guests are enjoying raw oysters. The entree consists of boiled dog.
Damn. You know, I'm getting to be an old man, and I ain't gonna tell you I've never eaten meat. But even back when I was a kid, that would have made most people sick. I'd stop watching the movie.
All right, you're under arrest.
You're on a farm. You get into the pen to feed the pigs. In their excitement, the animals knock you down into the mud. Using a butcher knife, you slit the throat of the nearest sow. You're covered in blood as you stumble to your feet.
Now, why the hell would I do something like that?
You tell me.
No way. I served my time. I've opened men up from belly to throat. But butchering animals? This test ain't right.
I think he's just kind of a jerk.
Like my briefcase? Department issue. Baby hide. 100% genuine human baby hide.
That's
Holy
supposed
shit.
to scare me.
Not scare, just shock. Provoke a reaction.
I heard worse in the wars. Hell, I done worse.
I'm getting some real good
You're
responses
going
here.
to die. It may
Oh,
be
Jesus.
soon. Death. The grave. Rot. It may be soon. The readouts don't lie. You're scared. Don't worry. I won't tell anyone.
You laughing at me?
It's just a test.
You better not be laughing.
Test terminated.
So that's it?
Yeah?
Since you didn't shoot me, I must have registered okay.
Yeah, you're all
It
right.
was touch and go there for a while.
Well, you know, I
go.
think about skin jobs all the time. Try to get into their heads. Maybe that's what the deal is.
Oh. Yeah, you're fine. You're just a creep. When I leave, he's gonna sing the song. He's a creep. Brahman Vaido. Suddenly, my throat is all scratchy. I have to read a guide for the VK test at some point, because I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Also, I think I know where I have to go, but it's not on my map. I might have to go back to Chew and get Sebastian's apartment. Or maybe it's here and I'm just not seeing it. Chinatown. Animals. Animoid Row. DNA Row. Yeah, I have to get to the Bradbury to talk to JF Sebastian, but he is not on my map currently. Start a new life off-world.
Not good time now. Come back later. 你個細蚊仔喺邊度啊？你喺呢度啦，咪快啲嚟呢度啦。
I love James Hong.
你個 iris 呢真係大啦。
You mentioned twins.
Yes, yes. Luther and Lance, Siamese twins, live above Miraji.
They're genetic designers?
Were. Till last month. Got the boot, shit can.
From who?
Big boss, who else? Hey, you go ask them. I waste no more time. You think I nose around everybody's business, huh?
Miraji's some kind of DNA designer?
Yeah, subcontractor like me. He funny though, like old movies. Miraji master chef. Twins go crazy when he cooks.
Disappointed.
What's Sebastian been up to lately?
Sebastian? He do what always do, nervous system. Very important to Dr. Terrell.
Where do I find him?
He had old building down the alley. Bradbury Hotel, I think. You walk down the alley, you find it.
Okay. That's what I needed to do last time.
Lance? What kind of guy is he?
Why, he like Luther, only different. Don't know which.
That's so?
One long hair, talk a lot, always make deal. Other more quiet, work much harder.
What kind of deals?
Sell this, sell that, no matter what weather. Like salesman. Very hard to take, no trust, no way.
Did Lance sell something to Runsiter?
Who? Never heard of Runsiter. No time for charades. Sound like this, sound like that, look like this.
Whoa. Okay. That was an interesting thing for you to say, James Hong. I want to tell you what James Hong has been in, because you'll definitely know who this guy is if you weren't here in the previous stream of this game. So he played Chu in Blade Runner, obviously. He was Lo Pan in Big Trouble in Little China. He was Jeff Wong in Wayne's World 2. Chi Fu in Mulan. And he was in Jackie Chan Adventures. He was in Ping Pong movie. Whatever the fuck the name of that movie is. He's in a lot of cult classic movies. Basically. I fucking love James Hong. He's got the best, like, delivery.
Sorry to bother you.
Alright. We know where to go. So I was told just to walk down the block. Oh. Who would have known that the Bradbury apartment was exactly behind the fucking iStore? Great. So this may be a very familiar location to Blade Runner fans. So they actually filmed this in the real Bradbury in Los Angeles, and they had permission to shoot for like one night for the for the interiors. So they actually just kind of like sprayed some water, put some like cork and some dirt on the floor, but mostly just cork, like shaved cork. I know that sounds gross. I'm not intending for shaved cork to be gross. Don't make it gross. But then they cleaned it up that very night after they did their filming. And Ridley had to set up some bizarre spotlights, whatever the fuck these things are here, but you know, that was Ridley. Hey! Home again, home again.
It was some kind of freakish toy. Half mechanical, half organic. Rep technology for sure, but no one was going to give me any retirement bonus for it. It was some kind of freakish toy.
No, shut up, McCoy.
Rep technology for sure, but no one was going to give me any retirement bonus for it.
I really wanted to hear its voice. It's got such a great voice. Okay, but why is it following me? Creepy living toys. It's worse than fucking mannequins.
I couldn't tell who was winning, and I didn't much care. Chess was a little slow for me.
Here's a hint. Tyrell's winning.
I didn't have time to stop for synthetic eggs. I remember tasting a real one back when I was a kid. It was like liquid sunshine. Damn tasty.
Even those eggs were in the movie. Guess we should use Sebastian's terminal. No, I can't do... Oh, wait.
More useless junk.
No, just junk.
Resuming interrupted print job.
DNA research. Incept dates. A lot of jargon, but I'd bet my spinner it was valuable to somebody.
I wonder if Sebastian, like, knows. Do I have a warrant to be in this dude's apartment? Do Blade Runners have a license to kill, like James Bond? I wonder if they have to get, like, a warrant to search someone's house. Well, then again, his door was open. I guess no one wants this shit anyway. This is where the finale of the movie is. Whoa, what the hell was that? Did I miss an event again? Wait, maybe not. Oh shit. Yep, here's the roof.
That'll do, Sadiq. Enough!
Oh, you think he found us, man?
One of the design subcons must have talked. Unstable personalities, to say the least.
Told you we should have blown up the old block.
It would have created problems down the line.
We got problem now, man.
This one? He's not a problem. He's an opportunity. You're weak, my friend. I expected so much more from you.
I'm thinking our brother not hearing too good.
Oh, he hears us. Isn't that right, McCoy?
You ready to give up fruitless nightmare, man? Come back to family?
He doesn't have a choice. He never did.
Let me kill him, man.
No.
We got no time to be patient. The gal, she's sick. She not gonna get no better.
That's where you're wrong, Sadiq. She will live.
Maybe. But this one, he got it coming bad.
Believe me, he's the least of our problems.
You're talking crazy. The hunter be dangerous.
A fool sees not the same tree a wise man sees.
I'm no fool, man.
Yeah, he's a poet. Great.
You must have good faith, my friend. Without contraries is no progression.
How can you trust any of their kind?
We have been manipulated by them, correct? Now they're going to see exactly what lies on the other side of the horizon.
Alien insect, so I guess this is what off-world looks like.
Catch me if you can!
How long have I been here, Lucy?
How do you know my name?
I saw your things at Runciter's. Did you feel bad when they killed those animals?
They were so pretty and sweet. I hoped Father wouldn't do it. But Mr. Runciter deserved retribution. That's what Father said.
Father?
Why?
'Cause he treated me bad. Like I belonged to him.
I'm sorry.
Are you really the hunter? Like Father says?
It's my job.
Why?
Hunt
What do you have
blades.
against us?
I run on
Nothing.
them.
It's just the law.
Would you hurt me?
I promise you I won't.
Father will be back soon.
Wait, free me! Free me! Get me out of here! Ah. Why am I dreaming about alien bugs? Someone in chat before was like, Vinny, don't you think it's a little shit that they're just using all the old locations from the movie? But they're kind of not, actually. There is plenty of original locations, especially early on. Yeah, that looks natural. So there's like now I'm kind of seeing the Bradbury and Choose location, but there's still like a good mix of new locations in the universe so far. And it's a good kind of like expand of what we've already seen, as far as I can tell.
It felt and smelled like real cheese. Dairy products were choice contraband, scarce and mucho expensive. Selling them was a Class A felony.
Oh. What a future. I'm looking forward to this future. Contraband cheese. Oh, fuck, is that pizza?
Strange. Hysteria Hall was an arcade down near Nightclub Row. Nothing else there.
Mucho cheese. Oh man, that is mucho cheese. You know, it's funny, I still have Designer's Cut, by the way. I figure out what that does. It limits McCoy's voiceover. Even though I click on user choice, I still don't get a choice on how to ask the questions I want to ask. Oh, we're in the beginning of Act 3. Okay, so I'll just call this save 3A. That won't be confusing later. Definitely not. Moon bus? Alright. Just please let that not be Domino's. I have some like real pizza fear now after that Domino's I had the other night during the Game Awards. I thought it would be okay. It wasn't. Oh shit, this is where I am? Do you remember how many times I went up and down these stairs?
You let him in my room?
They had a warrant, mister. What was I supposed to do?
They took my pictures.
Couldn't stop them.
How about me? You think I'm easy to stop? Who the hell are you?
McCoy, LPD.
LPD, huh? Maybe you guys can return something to me.
How do you know
Leon?
we got it?
From the
One
movie?
of your own. Invaded my property. Bad haircut. Stupid coat. The other guy.
What other guy?
Don't play dumb.
What about him?
Nothing. I just thought you were gonna arrest me, that's all.
I don't care about your little run-in with the manager, okay? I'm looking for a couple of replicants.
Can't help you there, friend.
Maybe the clerk can tell me who was renting that room back there. Why were you hassling him?
You let these creeps in my room. I'm a very private person.
What do they got against you?
Nothing, friend. I ain't done nothing.
We're all innocents, aren't we?
Damn straight. And I don't like people asking questions either.
Just help me out here a little more. You seen a big Rasta guy around here? Or a guy with a beard and dark eyes?
A Rasta? What's that?
He's got dreadlocks. Talks with an accent.
Oh. No, I ain't seen no one like that. Look, my mother's waiting for me. You stick around. Maybe the manager will come back.
Sounds like Brian James doesn't remember how to do the voice of Leon. Anyway, that's Brian James. He was in, obviously, Blade Runner. He was in The Fifth Element as well. He's a character actor. He was pretty famous. He played like the Colonel in The Fifth Element. He was in... I'm surprised they got this many people from the movie. He was in... Let's see. Any other big movies here? Hong Kong 97? Oh no. And some other stuff? Good. Well, there you go. That's his partial filmography. And yes, he's a replicant. But don't worry about it. I'm not going to shoot him, because if I shoot him, then we can't get the good chase scene.
Of the pool, but whoever it was, they'd been pretty thorough going through the joint. I doubted if there was anything I could find that hadn't already been snagged and bagged.
How about this?
Nothing.
No, it was something.
Nothing.
But we found a thing. Vinny, when actors die, they should just keep casting them as dead bodies. No.
Nothing.
No. No. They should bring them back with CG. Like Grand Moff Tarkin. Remember that cool thing? Watching that again, man, it looks so weird. It's so weird. It's just subtly off all the time. It's not terrible the first time you see it, and it has some merit as being the most realistic CG human ever, but it's very uncomfortable. I think it's not that bad. It's just something is subtly wrong.
The one I'd been tracking. The driver had been smart enough to pull the license plate, but the vehicle identification number was still there. If I ran it through the mainframe back at the station, I could ID the owner.
But, you know, I see people in chat saying that it was fine, that they were fooled, it's not a problem. I think it's a case-by-case thing. I've heard everything. I've heard people say that Tarkin looked like shit and Leia looked amazing. I've heard people say Leia looked like shit, Tarkin looked amazing, and I've heard people say everything in between that, and I feel like, yeah, I mean, it was good, you know, for what it is, but we're not there yet. So no, we shouldn't cast actors as corpses, but we should definitely use CG. That's great. Blade Runner 2049 had a recreation, but it was actually it's pretty fucking good. It was like surprisingly good. I don't want to spoil anything, but I'll just say it was tolerable, still a little uncanny, but they kind of played with the lighting. They didn't do extreme close-ups. And it worked, I think. It worked a little bit better.
Hey, pal, you could have done something when that goon had me by the throat. Call the cops, at least.
You're still walking and breathing, aren't you?
That ain't the point.
You scratch our back, we'll scratch yours.
Nice friggin' policy.
You don't like it? Get a permit somewhere else.
Model. Lousy cops.
Want to ask you a bunch of questions.
What?
You're a cop, right? Your buddies have already been here, room 27.
What were they doing here?
I don't ask a lot of questions when a badge is shoved in my face.
You have a big guy with a strange-looking mustache staying here? He worked at Howie Lee's around the corner.
I don't break a lot of bread with the class of people that pass through here. But if you want to look around, check out some rooms, be my guest.
kind of looked around already, and I've determined nothing. I found a photo that I can't look at because I can't find it. So there's that. Oh, we're back here. Right, okay.
Hey, you killed anyone yet?
Yeah, I killed a homeless dude. Not my finest moment. I have a lot of not-so-fine moments. It's cheese. DNA, Sebastian. I have Sebastian's DNA.
I recognized the logo on the envelope. It was definitely Runsitter's animal sales, but I didn't expect to find hundreds of chinion inside. I didn't know what it was for, but I'd bet the farm it wasn't on Runsitter's books. Holden's badge.
Holden is in the hospital.
How long has that chef worked for you?
Why aren't you out arresting criminals like that disreputable Bob?
Bob? No Bobs allowed on Twitch. I saw Spider-Man Homecoming today while I was cooking, and I thought it was fucking great. And I'm not even a huge Marvel comic book movie, like, fanatic.
Mainframe
I've seen
and shooting range.
I've seen most of them, like, one time each.
Laboratory.
And I started getting sick of them.
Mainframe and shooting range.
Really loved Spider-Man Homecoming. It was really funny. And, I forget there was a scene. And it's nice to see Staten Island get a little love in the movies, even if it is just the ferry. There's a dude on the ferry who's like, yeah, Spider-Man! And then a little bit later, he's like, yeah, Iron Man! And I just got a kick out of that. And, I liked the ending. I liked Michael Keaton's character a lot. I thought Michael Keaton was fucking perfect. It's got one of the best villains. And it's not a big, dumb, destroy the city movie. It's just kind of a fun movie.
Ground floor. Mainframe and shooting range. Laboratory. Ground floor. Mainframe and shooting range.
Considering I haven't really been keeping up with the superhero movies, I haven't seen one in a while. It was refreshing. It was good.
Moon bus.
We got a picture of a moon bus now. That's a little too close for comfort.
That guy sure gets around. Give me a hard copy of that.
Is that a person? You bet it's a person. It's me?
That can't be me. Give me a hard copy of that.
What? What the hell was McCoy doing here? Could he be a replicant? Oh wow, I got lucky.
That's damn strange. Give me a hard copy of that.
Give me a hard copy. Can we get you to say the line, 2 other times, a slightly different way? No. Alright. The question is, which one is the real McCoy? Even though I made that joke already. Yeah, this is what photos can do. You can absolutely just zoom around in a photo! No problem! But yeah, this is the original Enhance, before Enhance became a meme.
Lockup. Ground floor.
I'm hoping he'll be here. Spider-Man. Nope, Jeff Garlin is still not here. Great. Again, I really don't want to miss the Tyrell cameo.
Ground floor. Lockup.
Yeah, let's go to the lockup. Let's see if maybe someone's hanging out in jail. We've already spoken.
You keeping busy, pal?
Please leave me alone. My migraine's acting up.
He's directing a movie soon. It's called Annie Hall. Maybe you've heard of it. Annie Hall 2049.
Roof. Laboratory.
Yeah, they're just not doing their job. Here I am running around the city like a mad fucker. And the people, the top brass, aren't doing their fucking job. And my foot is now fully removed from my body. Nightclub row. Hysteria hall. Okay. Well, we'll go to the nightclub first. I believe there's a rock, paper, scissors-esque minigame. Played with your mind. Oh, I see some butts. You see some booties popping? Holy shit. I just hear moans in the deep distance. There's just moans. Jesus. This is what Manhattan looked like. This is like just around Times Square used to look just like this. And then there was they actually had to implement a law that you couldn't have more than like one sex store within like 1,000 feet of another one or something like that. They had to limit the amount of sex in Manhattan.
I remember early Q used to call himself a humanitarian because he'd recruit orphans for his sex club, then donate a percentage of their salary to his favorite animal propagation lab. Yeah, he was a real piece of work.
Speaking of sex, why is Aunt May so hot? Why did they get Marissa Tomei? She's amazing. She's distracting.
Hey, Hanoi.
Sorry.
Where's Early?
Off-World Fat Farm.
You can do better than that.
No, it's true. Mr. Q sent me a vid just yesterday. Getting the hell of a tan he is.
Sorry, I apologize. Maybe, you know, kind of, Marissa Tomei's been a thing for me since my cousin Vinny. If you know what I'm talking about. Maybe it's because my name is on the movie, but like, you don't think of Marissa Tomei when you think Aunt May. You think of, like, I don't know, someone named Shirley? Like an actress named Shirley? Jeez. Jeez. As all this happens, McCoy's about to just... Oh, I thought McCoy was gonna get on stage and ask her questions.
Early's waiting on me.
Sod off. You got no appointment and you got no warrant.
Alright, but how do I play rock, paper, scissors with my mind?
Sod off. You got no appointment.
I like this club though. It's like... It's like chain link fence, barbed wire, lava. You know, simulated lava. Always good for a nightclub. The aesthetics of this place are on point. That dance is not sexy. I don't know what's happening here. Oh, jeez. She just floating. How is she floating?
What's your name?
What's your name? What, McCoy? Are we sure this isn't a hologram? Yeah, something's a little fucky here.
What's your pleasure, sir?
The highest octane.
One Venus eye trap coming up.
McCoy and Deckard have quite a bit in common. Apparently they're both raging alcoholics.
What's the green?
Neptune's nip. I think you'll enjoy it, sir.
Neptune's nip? Oh man, this stream is gonna get me so shit-canned. Sorry everyone, we'll be moving to Ustream real soon. Pornhub live streaming coming soon.
Early.
No,
How's it hanging?
It's this guy.
Thick, slick, and hard as a brick. How's yours, General?
What?
Your man gave me a hard time out there.
Dick's licking?
Yeah,
Dick
I like
licking?
Hanoi, but I can't deny his sphincter's a little tight.
What's on tap tonight?
Classy shows all evening, General. You're going to be able to cut diamonds down there or your money back.
Vin, look up. Oh, I'm looking up. I see it. I see the sex in the dome up there. This place is just, like, exuding filth. I was gonna say joie de vivre, but I don't think that's how you say that. So never mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, yours truly, the ever ebullient Early Q presents the wondrous, mysterious Hecuba, singing and performing the sacred Thanatos dance of the ancient swamp.
Isn't it a little weird that McCoy is this close? Yeah, this is not okay. I had not once looked at this thing happening here in the center and thought, wow, this is a good sex show.
Watch as she takes the pleasures from the snake.
Give me a hard copy of that. I'm telling you, the mayor of New York City, he had to limit shit like this. There's just like dragonfly ladies all over the place, you know? Back in the day, when Times Square was just smut. I don't know, I was too young. Also, she's a dragonfly, that's a clue.
But don't touch.
Did I just get kicked out? I wasn't even near her! What the fuck? Got thrown out, but I didn't do anything.
This here's reserved for VIPs.
But that's my name, Vip.
You're a real cute boyo.
Yeah. Your name is Vip, eh? Okay, I genuinely liked that. That was good. Not the sex club in general. Not saying I would like something so filthy, but I'd like the joke. So it's like a glass woman filled with alcohol, leading to a tube that you could suck on to get drunk. How does this not exist already? You know what? It probably fucking does.
Hey, man.
You're that cat from Howie Lee's. McCoy, right? We keep bumping into each other. You want an autograph? I know you ain't heard of me yet, but Gordo Frizz's autograph's gonna be worth a pile of chinion someday.
I'll hold my breath. I'm gonna ask you a few questions.
Man, don't you got anything better to do than hassle innocent people at their place of work? Make it snappy, okay?
I really appreciate your patience. Maybe I'll see you again.
Oh. I just closed the dialogue box. Wait, no.
The earring was shaped like...
Shit! What the hell, game?
Hey, is everybody having a good time tonight? What does a marriage and a tornado have in common? First, there's
My
a lot of
wife.
sucking and blowing, and then you lose your house.
But
You know what my first wife's nickname was? Twister.
My wife.
The doctor calls up his patient. I got bad news and I got worse news. The bad news is you only got 24 hours to live. The patient says, what could be worse than that? The doctor says, I've been trying to reach you since yesterday.
Kill
Guess
me.
what happens to a replicant who does his job really well? Early retirement, baby. I see we got a celebrity in the audience. Can I get a spot, please? That's right. It's one of the boys from the local Blade Runner unit. One of the LPD's finest, Ray McCoy. Let's give a big hand for Rep Detect McCoy. He's protecting us poor slobs, ladies and gentlemen. He even thinks you're a replicant. He can waste you right where you stand. Nice job, eh, detective?
It doesn't quite work that way.
Doesn't, eh? What if I pretended to be a replicant?
That's just an excuse for your lousy act, Gordo?
Nice. I knew Mr. Bones would pay
that
off.
snake dancer that worked here, Zora, she was a rep. And her picture's gonna be on every front page tomorrow.
Too bad she'll never read it.
How are you sure someone's a rep, detective?
There's a test.
Test? What replicant's gonna sit still for a test?
If I'm trying to question someone and he runs, that's a pretty good sign.
Could be a pretty good sign that you need to bathe more often.
Oh, wait. Where you going?
Do what you gotta do, McCoy. If you gotta shoot, that's cool.
Just want to talk.
Come on, McCoy. Why don't you make me famous?
Get off it. You're no replicant.
How do you know? I could be a martyr for the cause, baby.
Every rep I've ever seen wants to live, not die, pal.
What are you, an expert?
I've been around. I should haul you downtown, but that'd probably just make you happy.
You're not even going to arrest me? Gotta go, Daddy-O!
I'd still shoot him if I wanted to. I don't think he was a replica. I think he just wanted to be famous. Like, if he got arrested, maybe it would somehow make him famous? I don't know. Jesus, these fucking noises. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe he had other things to be arrested for. I don't know. I figured the dude was just a bad comedian. And if that's a crime, then, well, lock me up. I wish I got a chance to ask him some questions.
Damn.
That was very loud. Compared to the rest of the audio, his damn was like... I guess I should save here. But yeah, that's one of the examples of like the choices that you make in this game come into effect later. You actually get some real choice, unlike the Telltale games. Wah, wah. All right, you ready to play
It
some
was the
video
pig
games?
still. He said Pat doesn't have a mink coat. She's got a good Republican cloth coat. That's all.
You're wrong, sweetie. It was Herbert Hoover.
I'm sorry, but I was there.
Well, if anything, you were all of 3 years old back then.
I still remember it, like it was yesterday.
And he said fur coat, not mink. I saw it on the Discovery disc.
Are they having a fucking barbecue in front of an arcade in the rain?
You guys still battling it out?
That's what keeps a marriage alive and kicking, Ray. What can we do you for?
The works.
Coming right up. You know anything about politics, Ray? Famous quotes, things like that?
I try not to.
How about the Checker speech?
Never heard of it.
Well, Hoover's checker speech.
Nixon's Checker speech.
Checker.
You're forgetting a lot your old age.
Right behind you, lady.
What's that? Oh, it's John Lennon's walk on the neon sign. Yeah, you're right. There he is. Nothing breaking his stride. So, I got a very important clue. It's a hot dog.
That guy sure gets around. That can't be me.
See? I know sup.
Shit. I think I ate the hot dog. Yes, video games. Oh my god, look at these future video games. Is that Command & Conquer Red Alert, the arcade game? Oh, now I'm sad that Westwood is dead. Now I'm sad that Westwood helped, or rather, EA helped kill Westwood. How the fuck would an RTS even work in an arcade? I'm trying to figure out, is there anyone that's gonna sit there for hours to play one game? You know what? Yes. I think so. But it wouldn't be very profitable, because it would just be one person's money for, like, forever.
It's a killer, I kid you not. Only 35 thou. Yeah, red, orange, blue, puke green, any color you want. Just give me 24 to hose the graffiti off. Just kidding. Ask for the man, Crazy Legs Larry. Toodaloo. Admiring that bishy cat, ain't you? I don't blame you. It's a classic ride in a deluxe sport package. It'll push 125 without so much as a shake. Of course, you gotta find the road for it.
That's always the problem.
Crazy Legs, Larry Hirsch. Pleased
What happened
to meet
to his legs
Ray
that made them
McCoy.
crazy?
You can call me Crazy, you can call me Larry, you can even call me Crazy Legs Larry. But don't call me if you don't think a hot set of wheels ain't necessary.
Okay.
The Bishi's exceptional. Mechanical is Pacific Rim flawless, as usual. But they also save some of the classic styling of the old GM days.
Looks like a piece of work.
Forget those fibroplast Filipino heaps everyone's driving around. This is real. Just feast your eyes on this. You see it? You see it? That's actual chrome, the real stuff. They saved a couple hundred sheets of Tijuana chrome from before the war. It's completely legal and everything. Beautiful, isn't it?
I don't think I've ever seen it before.
And you probably won't ever see it again unless you steal this puppy. And honestly, no. Frankly, I gotta tell you, it's got your name written all over it. Ray McCovey.
McCoy.
Give it, take a couple letters.
I'll have to think about it.
But don't think too long or too hard about it, Roy. It's liable to be gonzo by the time you come back.
Gotcha.
He really hammered home the idea that he wants me to call him Crazy Legs.
How about this girl? She look familiar?
You kidding? She ain't old enough to drive.
You've never seen her?
She looks kind of familiar.
Think real hard.
Maybe you should try that arcade next door. She looks like the kind of girl you see there all the time.
I'll do that.
If this is a hold-up, Ray, I don't have any cash in the house. Honest, you can pat me down if you want.
I'm a cop.
Heck, if you wanted a better deal on the caddy, all you had to do was say so. Unfortunately, I got a stigma about weapons. So from here on in, you're going to have to deal with my associates.
Huh? What have I done? I just pulled out my gun for a second. You know, I just want to scare him a little bit so I'd get a better answer. Sorry, crazy. Legs, Malone, or whatever. It's fine, it's just a gun. Pull a gun out in an arcade, no one cares. Okay, well, I'm in the arcade, and then I leave the arcade because the arcade has nothing in it that I can click. There's a hall of mirrors that I'm probably gonna have to do a chase through. Oh wait, oh, I can go into the house of mirrors. Hall of mirrors. Oh, this looks like it's gonna take forever. Or I can just let my character figure it out on his own. Which is a thing, an actual thing that you can do. Here in the Hall of Mirrors, you can have fun forever. I'm having so much fun in the Hall of Mirrors. Come on. Get through. I did it. I survived the Hall of Mirrors. And all I got was this crusty hot dog. This crusty kosher hot dog. So yeah, I'm thinking this is a Command & Conquer spin-off. And it's like Red Alert Flight. And not an RTS. But that's just a theory. God, I can hear the loop. Hey, Crazy Legs, I'm here again. Sorry I scared you. Now this is the good stuff.
That sucks.
Oh, never mind. It sucks apparently.
Locked.
It's not a shitty ground car at least. So I'm being told that the characters can appear at different times. So she might not be here now, but if I come back in a little bit, maybe she will be. So I have to just keep trying. Vinny, this game is confusing. On one hand, I really love that it's so open-ended that you can fuck up and miss entire segments of the game, but at the same time, it's so vague, it's almost a detriment. I agree. I feel sometimes it could be a detriment, especially since there's a really good scene, from what I've been told, that's missable.
Mainframe and shooting range.
Involving, as I mentioned earlier, Tyrell and Rachel. And I really want to see that scene, but you have to be vigilant. Otherwise, you could miss it forever. This dude's just never here. Like, he's the dude that tells you to go there. But yeah, it's still a pretty cool game, and I appreciate that it's trying to do something a little bit more ambitious.
Laboratory.
And replayable. That's right, Agent Negative 47 is here, on the case. Agent Negative 47 can only get the best ending. The happy ending.
Your floor number, please.
McCoy, 88F.
Maybe I'll take a nap and then go back to the arcade. Like in real life? Are you broken?
Good doggy. Here you go, baby. Dinner time.
Dog.exe has borfed.
Portrait of the sleep deprived.
McCoy thinks he bought a real dog. But I know the truth.
Your floor number, please.
Apartments.
Do the test on the dog. Okay, you run into a German Shepherd. It looks at you angry. It wants to... it wants to ruffle your ruff. How do you react? How do you feel? A beagle makes off with your girl. Says he wants you to watch. Oh, actually, no, that was a girl dog. Never mind. Bark. Bark, bark, bark. Borfk, bark. Heart rate immediately goes up. Oh no. Oh no, you can only leave through the Hall of Mirrors. Alright, well, while my character runs at maximum speed through the Hall of Mirrors, I'm gonna check something out real quick. Okay. I have an idea of what to do. Honestly, I have a guide available. Otherwise, this stream would be a lot of, guys, help!
You ever seen this girl around here? Maybe in the arcade?
Oh, yes! I saw her come out of the arcade yesterday.
No, it was the day before.
Maybe you saw her both days.
No, I'm positive. It was yesterday.
You're positively wrong. It was 2 days ago, sure as God made little green apples.
You're getting Alzheimer's, sweetie.
Okay, just forget it.
Funny.
You know where I could score some cheese? Like this stuff?
Boy, don't flash that around here.
He's the police, sweetie.
Besides, the kids today just as soon twist a knife in your backside as to ask Virginian for the tram home. Show that cheese around here, you become a marked man.
Who sells it?
No, we aren't asking for any trouble, Ray.
I'm not working bunco, I just want some information.
That nutty broad who runs Kingston Kitchen. She's always bragging about her special ingredient.
That stew she makes, it always did taste a little gamey.
And she charges an arm and leg for it, too.
Okay. Cheese location located. Great. I located the location. Colonel, I've located the location. Yeah, so I'm not using the guide for any advanced knowledge. I'm only going to reference it when I get really stuck and I've exhausted all of my options that I'm aware of. And then just to save time, I'll probably check, like, what's the very next thing I have to do, and then I can just not look at it anymore.
Sod off, McCoy. I've got no time for you.
Apparently there's a dance that happened that you could,
Sod off, McCoy. I've got no time for you.
Once she's finished dancing, you could go to her dressing room.
Early's waiting on me.
Sod off. You've got no appointment and you've got no warrant.
Jesus. I'm a cop. I'm a cop, you idiot. Oh, as soon as you take your gun out, you get kicked out. Good. So I need to get to the Kingston kitchen, I guess. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Nope. Mistakes were made. I gave up here too quickly. I just assumed that was I was done. Games like this are a little vague, like the person said earlier. So here's... did anyone come up with this? Anyone watching? Did anyone have the idea that I needed to distract the bouncer by talking to the dancer that I could then sneak into the door?
How old are you? Not the talkative type. How old are you? Haven't I seen you around here before?
What the fuck? Ah! Come on!
Let me tell you what I want, and maybe I'll impress you.
Is this like a bootleg
Not
dive?
the talkative type.
By Nirvana?
Let me tell you what I want, and maybe I'll impress you.
It's a little weird, McCoy. What the fuck?
How old are you? How old are you?
She just has no interest in McCoy at all. Okay, I see. Bouncer distracted. Okay, oh boy, there she is, the fucking... What appears to be a blow-up doll. It's animated by some kind of black magic. She's still going. So, based on what I read, she has to finish dancing. I want no trouble. I do not touch. Yeah, I'm not smart enough for this game. Plain and simple. I need to go back and rewatch Rick and Morty. Remember, this is only 2 years away. Sure is a lot of nothing up here. Okay, well, luckily, that's exactly where I didn't have to go yet, so... Let's save my irredeemable save for the worst ending. Fuck yeah. Yeah, this really hits so many of the story notes from the movie.
That's strange. I didn't hear a knock.
I just wanted to say, wow, you were awe-inspiring.
Well, thank you very much.
Exact same story beat.
Mr.
McCoy. Ray McCoy.
Is there something I can do for you, Mr. McCoy?
He's doing a voice. Yeah, so in the movie, Harrison Ford does his voice. Hello, ma'am. I'm here for the ethical treatment of artists. Looking for little holes. Pretty much the same fucking thing.
That's such an unusual belt, is it, antique?
They say it's from the last century. Those little creatures have always been my favorites.
Dragonflies?
Yes. And the whole class that contains them.
Tell you the truth, I'm from the LPD. I'd like to ask you a few questions if I could.
Is this about early Q? Because I could tell you.
Did any other pieces come with the belt?
I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
Look, I want to warn you. There's a woman looking for you and your friends.
Why would anyone be looking for me?
You know what I'm talking about. It's real important that you get out of here.
I was gonna give her the test. Oh, man. Well, she took my advice, at least. I want to try that again. This time I want to give her the test.
That's strange. I
just want...
Well,
McCoy. Ray McCoy.
Is there some...
How'd you like working for Early Q?
He's always treated me very well.
Early Q.
Ever see him hanging out with any unsavory types?
We don't get many priests in here, if that's what you mean.
That's such an unusual belt, isn't it?
They say it's for those little creatures.
Dragonflies?
Yes, and the whole class that can...
Tell you the truth, I'm from the LPD. I'd like to ask you a few questions if I could.
Is this about early Q? Because I could tell you.
Did any other pieces come with the belt?
I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
Okay, now we gotta do the void
There's
conf.
a little test I'd like you to take.
Do you think I'm a replicant? Is that what this is about? If it's early Q, I'll help you any way you want.
Not exactly.
This is insane. I have a family, a daughter, for heaven's sake. Look, I'm willing to testify against early Q. A replicant wouldn't do that, would it?
A replicant doesn't necessarily care about what happens to another replicant.
Then you must be a replicant.
I'm sure I'm not.
Oh, shit.
How do you know you're not a replicant? Did you ever take that test yourself?
Sure I did. Long time ago.
Don't replicants go around with false memories? Maybe somewhere along the line you killed a human, took his place, and your superiors don't even know about it.
Interesting idea. But I'm still gonna give you the test.
He's not the real McCoy.
Reaction time is a factor in this, so please pay attention. Where do you live?
I don't see why you need to know that.
Out of the corner of your eye, you see a large black spider crawling up the wall.
Spiders frighten me. I'd call animal services and keep away from it until they arrived.
Just getting very emotional over very, very minor things.
You're crying. Why is that?
I suppose I'm unhappy. Perhaps someone has died. I don't cry very often.
You suddenly feel the urge to commit suicide.
No, that's ridiculous. I wouldn't.
You're in a desert, walking along in the sand, when all of a sudden you look down and see a tortoise. It's crawling towards you. You reach down and flip the tortoise on its back. The tortoise lays on its back, its belly baking in the hot sun, beating its legs, trying to turn itself over.
Is this going anywhere?
But it can't. Not without your help. But you're not helping. Why is that?
I am so helping.
Yeah, you probably are helping.
See? I told you I wasn't a replicant.
We're not finished yet. For your anniversary, your spouse gives you a real goldfish.
I cherish it, of course. I've never had a fish. Only insects. But fish can be beautiful too.
Positive result. Subject is human. Test terminated.
Oh. Then why is she running away?
Shaped like an...
What the fuck? I don't understand the test. I don't know. I calibrated it, I put it in the middle. Maybe that was the problem, maybe I over-calibrated? I'm sure you miscalibrated the test. Maybe. I don't understand the calibration. Hang on a second. She's definitely a replicant. This test sucks. She ran away to help the turtle. Yeah, I mean, it says here, like, you know, okay. Hang on. Before we switch to Hand of Fate, I want to do one more thing. How to do Voight Conf minigame. Blade Runner game. There's like an FAQ, but no, it's not really. I'm not really finding a result for how to do the thing. Someone says calibration is pressing the red button and putting the calibration where the needle went. Okay. Well, guess what? I need to learn how to do this now, so I don't fuck this up again in the future. But you can manually calibrate it. I'm gonna let it just auto-calibrate.
That's
if that's
strange.
in fact what happens.
Ray McCoy. How do you like working?
We don't...
That's...
Those...
Drag...
Yeah, and the whole...
Tell you the truth, I'm from the LPD. I'd like to ask you a few questions if I could.
I want to have them answered immediately.
Because I could tell you.
Did any other pieces come with the belt?
It's
I'm
in the,
sure I don't know what you mean.
It's in the game manual? Okay, I don't have that.
There's a little test I'd like you to take.
If it's...
Not a...
This is... Look,
a rep...
Then
I'm
how do you...
sure.
Don't maybe...
Alright, so, the calibration here is -5. When I
Reaction
press
time is a factor in this, so please pay attention.
that,
Where do you live?
it
I don't
stays
see
it.
why you need to know that.
There is no auto-calibration.
Out of the corner of your eye, you see a large black spider crawling up the wall.
Spiders frighten me. I'd call animal services and keep away from it until they arrived.
I think the bottom one, this is replicant reaction, this is human reaction, right? That's the gauge.
What's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you?
Probably this test.
No, seriously.
Yes, seriously. Are we finished?
Almost.
We didn't even
You've been
start.
kidnapped. Your captors tell you that you'd better think about what you did to deserve this.
What kind of question is that?
Just answer.
I won't answer that one. I have no interest in feeding your sick fantasies.
Describe in single words only the good things that come into your mind about your mother.
She did the best she could.
That's not a single word.
All right. Aggressive. Powerful.
A teacher calls you stupid in front of the rest of the class.
I'd stand up to him.
Just what a replicant
You're
would
7
say.
years old. You managed to steal several marshmallows from the kitchen and sneak them back to your bedroom. You're caught, and your father spanks you.
I don't like marshmallows.
Pretend you do.
All right. My father wouldn't spank me, and I won't pretend that he did.
You've been drafted into the army. During a boot camp hazing, you're bound, blindfolded, and forced to eat worms.
That's disgusting. Do they really do that? Worms are so expensive.
It's just a hypothetical situation. What do you think it's like to be a replicant?
How would I know? Scary, I suppose.
Positive result. Subject is human. Test
Fuck this
terminated.
test. Seriously, fuck this test. The guide says she's a replicant. By the way. Oh, man. You have to recalibrate each time. You can't actually slide the thing over each time. Alright, I'm not gonna worry about it anymore. It's random, it could go either way. Guide is probably wrong. Okay, that's fair enough. However, you can't recalibrate after every question. And I still don't really understand the test or the calibration stuff. It's very confusing. Who is and who isn't is different each playthrough. Well, this is definitely
What's
a
your
replicant.
name?
Without a doubt. All right, yeah, so the guide kind of misled me because I read that after the first time I failed, or I let her get away, I was like, wait a minute. And then the guide was like, yeah, she a replicant. So I guess that guide was written incorrectly without taking into account the random chance. Taffy Lewis, get lost, Doug.
Watch, she gives the pleasures to the snake.
Vinny, I found the game manual. Can you go ahead and send that to me? Guide was written by a replicant. Oh, okay, that explains a lot. You can tweet it to me. Like, I love this game in many ways, but I also get a little aggravated. I felt like my first stream of it was sloppy because I was getting so confused. Oh, she's here at least. So we can advance the plot now.
You're sick, Lucy.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Father told me to watch out for you.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
Have you always lived on Terra?
Yes.
I always dreamed Terra would be so special and beautiful. Birds and flowers and trees and blue water, like on the video. So different from everything on, well, where I was.
Can you take me to your father?
I don't think he'd like that. I don't know where he is, anyway.
There's another hunter after your family.
Help! Help! He tried to touch me!
What?
This a troublemaker? Put your hands on top of your head.
What the fuck?
That's right. Ray McCoy, Rep Detect, BR 61661.
Never heard of you.
I report to Lieutenant Gouza. Call him.
I work for you? Let's go.
Where's your squad car?
Shut your mouth.
Which precinct are we going to?
I'll tell you which one.
Okay.
This was no precinct house I'd ever been in, and I thought
No,
I'd
it's
been in
real.
them all.
It's real.
The grunt
It's
to
real
my
cops.
right had the beefy harness bull look down pat, and his twitchy partner in the suit looked like he was just itching to chainsaw a couple of kneecaps. Other than that, everything was hunky-dory.
Impersonating a police officer, huh? I guess the new Nexus models are a little more creative than the old ones.
I'm a Blade Runner. You don't believe me? Call Lieutenant Gouza.
There ain't no Gouza in the LPD.
Unless I've been walking around in a dream, there is.
That's what always bugs me. Yeah, the fact that these skin jobs always gotta live someone else's life.
No shit.
Just make the call, damn it.
You're just a piece of shit rep with memory implants of this Gouza guy, you understand?
That's impossible.
Rep ain't sounding so creative now, huh?
You want to avoid conf me? Be my guest.
Oh, very good. Very good. Very convincing. Where you been hiding? The Kipple? Gregorian bring you in? Who else is working that side of the pool these days?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What about that bastard selling all that stuff downtown?
Hey, shut your trap. I'll tell you something, McCoy. I don't even care how you go out. But I know you can feel pain. And on that account, I'm your man, see? You tell me about everyone you met through cars, and I'll guarantee you we'll go real easy.
Your breath smells like you wiped your ass with your teeth.
That's good.
You're gonna wish you was neck-deep in an off-road reactor vessel by the time I get through with you. Fire up the chair, Holly.
It's gonna be like that Solid Snake thing.
In my next life. A priest. There's something holy about how good I am at this.
Music? Oh.
Freeze! Don't even go for it.
Thought it was the Kool-Aid Man. Yeah, I don't know how accurate you can
You got any idea how glad I am to see you?
No time for chit-chat, Slim. You want to save your ass, we gotta blow this joint right now.
To be continued? Vinny, I found a video guide for the VK test. Please tweet that to me. Yeah, let's stop here. Let's stop here, so that way I can actually figure out what the fuck I'm doing next time. Vinny's a replicant? Oh no, really? Did I become a replicant? Fuck. But yeah, I want to get to Hand of Fate before it gets too late. And, am I okay now? Do I sound alright? Do I sound okay? Am I still a robot? Okay, I'm good. How about... How about now? How about now? Do I sound okay? I sound human? This is my normal audio. What's the problem, humans? Huh? It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm good. Alright, so I'll be back in just a little bit with this cool audio. Stick around. BRB.